Now let's move to something modern called security defaults. Think of this as Microsoft built-in baseline security. You turn it on and Microsoft applies a simple default security setup for the tenant. It is designed for organizations that want better protection without building conditional access policies themselves. So how to configure it? In Microsoft Entra Admin Center, go to Entra ID, then Overview, click on Properties, scroll down to Manage Security Defaults. Now set Security Defaults to Enabled and click Save. That's it. Once Security Defaults is enabled, all users in the organization need to register for MFA. Admins are required to use MFA. Legacy authentication is blocked. This is the key difference here. Security default is not just turn on MFA. It is Microsoft pre-configured baseline protection for the tenant. Important behavior. Security defaults does not mean user gets an MFA prompt on every single sign-in. Microsoft applies MFA when needed based on its own built-in baseline logic. So, if a user already has a valid session, they may not be asked again immediately. This is why some admin enable security defaults, test it once and then think, why didn't it prompt again? In many cases, that is an expected behavior. Limitations. This is where security defaults become too limited for many real environments. You do not get group targeting, app targeting, location rules, device-based rules, custom exclusion for normal break glass design. It is basically all or nothing. Microsoft launch says security defaults have no customization, which is exactly why organizations with more complex requirements should move to conditional access. So when to use it? Security defaults are best for small organizations or tenants that want a quick built-in baseline without customization. If your environment has more complex security needs, especially if you have Entra ID P1 or P2 license and want more control, Microsoft recommends moving to conditional access policy instead. So the simple takeaway is, security defaults are Microsoft automatic baseline security protection. They are much better than doing nothing and more modern than per user MFA, but they are still basic. If you want control over which user, which apps and under what condition protection is enforced, security defaults are not enough. That is where conditional access policy comes in.